Good morning and welcome to this episode of Getting to Know Our Heavenly Family. Today I present to you a holy couple, Saint Elzear of Sabran and his wife, Blessed Delphina. Individually they were each holy, but together in marriage, their witness to lives dedicated to Christ was infinitely greater. First, a brief political history lesson. In the late 1280s, the Kingdom of Naples was ruled by King Charles II. King Charles was also lord of southern France at that time. This explains how Elzear, a Frenchman, was also a nobleman in Naples, Italy. Saint Elzear was born in 1285 in southern France, where his father was Baron of Anjouilly and Count of Ariano in Italy. He was educated in Marseille by his uncle, William of Sabran, who was the abbot of the Abbey of St. Victor. From an early age, Elzear demonstrated great piety and practiced fasting and penance. Blessed Delphina was born in 1283. Her father, who was the lord of Puy-Michel, died when she was very young, so Delphina was raised by her aunt, the abbess of the monastery of St. Catherine of Sorbo. She also exhibited great piety at an early age. When Elzear and Delphina were in their mid-teens, they were married. This was the customary age for marriage in the 13th century. While living at the convent with her aunt, Delphina had made a vow of chastity. On the evening of their wedding, she informed Elzear of her vow. He respected her vow and made his own commitment to living a chaste life. When Elzear was 23, his father died, making him the Count of Ariano. Elzear traveled to Italy to assume his duties. There he found his new subjects less than welcoming. Remember, Elzear was a Frenchman, and his subjects were Italian. Yet with gentle patience he won over his people. He felt it was his God-given duty to provide for the needs of his people, both the bodily and the spiritual needs. After 4 years in Italy, Elzear returned to France, where Delphina had remained. The couple joined the Third Order of St. Francis and continued their works of charity and care for the poor. It was customary for the couple to host 12 poor individuals for dinner every evening. Elzear was also known to have performed miracles of healing, including several lepers, and his godchild, who later became Pope Urban V and who canonized his godfather. In 1317, Elzear and Delphina were called to the court of King Robert of Naples to tutor his son Charles. Delphina became a lady-in-waiting for Queen Sonchia, developing a deep and lasting friendship. In 1323, when he was 40 years old, Elzear was sent to Paris to arrange a marriage for his student Charles. While there, he became quite ill and died. Delphina remained at the court of Queen Sonchia until the death of King Robert. The two women then retired to Port-Clare Monastery, and Delphina instructed her friend in the ways of prayer. When the queen died, Delphina returned to France, living her last years as a hermitess and caring for the poor. Delphina died in 1358, 37 years after her husband's death. Elzear and Delphina are witnesses to a life given to prayer and service. Never did they shy from living as Jesus taught, with love, patience, gentleness, viewing their neighbor through the eyes of God. May they inspire us to recall Christ's command to love the poor and to act on that command. Saint Elzear and Blessed Delphina,